Hi! So today I am going to do a review on the Wet n Wild in the Spotlight collection. This is some new eyeshadow medleys for holiday 2013. I don't know why they're out so early, but they are, and I bought them. And so I'm going to swatch them for you and sort of go through my thoughts. And also, I'm giving these away. So check the link below for the giveaway video because I have a full set to give away to a subscriber. So subscribe to my channel and I will consider you randomly to win these. So let's go through them. So these are what Wet n Wild call the eyeshadow medleys. As you know, they've done 3-pan palettes, they've done 8-pan palettes, and the medleys basically mean that they are different sizes of shadows and different finishes. So to take a closer look here, there are in each palette these 3 shimmery top coats slash highlights. There are these 3 satin finish colors, and then there are 2 matte definers at the bottom. They're a little cheaper looking, I think, than the other Wet n Wild shadows. So first we'll go through each palette and then I'll tell you kind of what I think about them overall. So this one that I'm holding up is called Lights Camera Attraction, and as you can see there's the highlights in blue, pink, and a lilac shade. Then there's satins in a deep blue, a pink, and a purple, and then there are the 2 mattes here. And I have this whole palette swatched. I have this whole palette swatched right here on my arm. And hopefully that's showing up. And you can see these 3, and these are the 3 satin colors in the middle here, and then these are the 2 definers. Here are the 3 shimmer colors. So you can see that they're very shimmery, but they do have slight pigment. You can tell that there's different colors at the base of them. That is the Lights Camera Attraction palette. This for me is the weakest of the palettes in terms of the ability to create a whole look with these shades. This pink is like very sheer. It barely shows up at all, even when you really load up the product. This blue looks really deep, but it's pretty sheer and patchy. And these definers, across the board, the definers in these palettes are pretty good, but these 2 just, they kind of come off as a similar washed out color. So this is my least favorite of the palettes. Next up I have, this is my favorite of the group, even though I thought it looked a little boring when I first saw it. This is called No Neutral Ground. And here's this one. There's these 3 shimmer shades at the top, which I'm really impressed in this palette. You can see the pigment very different. The pink is pretty bright actually, and then the white highlight and then gold is really beautiful just on its own. And then the 3 middle shades, they all look a little sheer in terms of in the pan, but then when you swatch them, they're really nice. There's sort of this purpley color, this khaki golden color, and then a really pretty deeper green. And then the 2 definers on here are green and a brown, and it's a really nice warm brown. And these definers are matte. As you can see, the brown is super pigmented, very pigmented. So I really love these. My 2 favorite shades are actually this pinky, the pinky one, and the brown. They're just really pretty together. So I think because of the inclusion of this purpley color and the pink color, and then also the greeny colors and the golds, you could get 3 really distinct and nice eye looks out of this one palette. So if you're going to pick up one of these palettes, I would definitely pick up the No Neutral Ground. And then we have a Great Glistener, which is the 3rd and final palette. Here's what this one looks like. So this is sort of more cooler tone, smoky colors, and let me show you those swatched. Okay, so here is that palette swatched. Let me show you from a different angle, if I can, the 3 shimmer ones. There we go. So it's a silver, a gold, and a white. So very useful highlight shades, I think. And then the 3 satin are sort of a taupey color, a grayish color, I don't know what those 2 are, and then a brown. And then the definers are a very warm brown and then a black. So this is definitely a nice palette also just as a cool tone neutral palette, but I do prefer the variety in no neutral ground of this middle row, whereas this one, these 2 are very similar, and it is nice to have a silver, gold, and a white, but they don't have much depth to them. I would say this All That Glitters is pretty nice, especially if you want a cooler tone, but the greatest variety of looks is definitely possible with the no neutral ground. So overall thoughts on this collection. I think Wet n Wild has done a pretty good job with these. I think it is definitely different than the usual format that they release eyeshadows in. I know the last time that these released, people were very critical. They felt like these shimmery ones were just sparkle with no pigment, and that they were just not the quality that we've come to expect from Wet n Wild. I would say that these are, based on those reviews, I would say these are an improvement. I enjoy having these 3 distinct finishes in one palette, the deep dark mattes, the sort of medium toned satin, and then the lighter shimmery washes. I think you can kind of work them all together and use them, and I like that as a way to use Wet n Wild palettes. I think these are more useful. The last couple collections, the Army one and the Pop Art, have been sort of 3 bright mattes or 3 sparkly greens, and this definitely gives you more versatility in one palette. I would say the shades are hit and miss. Some of the colors are just not that exciting. So if you're not in the market for Wet n Wild and you're not like a Wet n Wild fanatic, I wouldn't say, you know, go out and grab these. I don't think they're that unique. So those are my thoughts on the Wet n Wild in the Spotlight collection. Definitely a lot of fun, inexpensive. I think better than the last time they released this format. I'm on the fence about whether I like this better or worse than the 8-pan palettes. But I do think, you know, these are pretty good quality, and for the price, a good value. And if you want to win these palettes, I'm giving away the entire set. Obviously not this one, another fresh set. You need to be a subscriber to Joe Beauty Time and comment on this video, the giveaway video, my fall favorites video, any of my recent videos with what product or thing you're excited about for fall. And I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed looking at these palettes with me. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.